G'day. So on the road this morning we've left the Lakeside Caravan Park, tourist park in Hawksdale, awesome place. We decided that we're going to head into Stall, which is S-T-A-W-E-L-L. No idea how they get Stall out of that, but anyway. For two reasons: we've got no food left, we've got a tiny bit of cold meat in the fridge and pretty much nothing left in the freezer. And we need some fuel. So we could have bought some things in Hawksdale, but it's mega expensive. We have supported them enough, I think. So yeah, only 25 minutes or something into Stall, we'll get fuel and water and empty the toilet and all that. And after a bit of research, I've managed to find some 4-drive tracks that are open, hopefully. And I spoke to the Vic Parks lady who tells me we can take our hybrid into, what's the campsite?
I don't know, it's at the
Boronia campsite or something. So yeah, we're going to get all this stuff and we'll head back into the Grampians, spend a couple of nights at a free camp, the Plantation Campground, and then we will head to the more remote parts of the Grampians for a couple of days. That's in the centre, and we'll pop out down the bottom somewhere and probably head towards the Great Ocean Road, do the Otways and all that. Really excited for that. So yeah, we'll see how we go. So welcome to the Plantation Campgrounds. So Sarah was just telling me that there are 3 places. This is run by Victoria Parks. 3 places in the Grampians where you don't have to pay, which is pretty cool.
Well, 3 actual campgrounds.
3 actual campgrounds.
Bush camp for nothing as well, as long as you're a kilometre away from each campsite.
The caravan parks and all that. And
well, in the national park, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, there's a big area where you can do that. This is not bad. So we went into, I'm going to say it wrong now, I know, what is it?
You call it, isn't it Stall?
Stall, that's right, Stall.
Yeah.
Anyway, we spent a lot of money actually, $435 on food and about $200 on fuel. But I mean, to be fair, we haven't bought food for ages, so our 100-day post online, we go into all of the costs. We were sitting at about $233 a week from memory for food, so it probably works out pretty well. But what it does mean is that our freezer has copped an absolute hiding. It was basically empty and we've put a whole heap of stuff in there that's not frozen. And it struggles when it's warm weather and whatever. So I've decided to park in a bit of a shady spot, give it a bit of respite for the day. But I'm sure that it's still going to struggle a bit. They're not, these 12-volt freezers, yeah, they're awesome, they work really well, but they're not as good as your ones at home. They certainly don't freeze things as quickly. Like, we can put stuff in there and you go back to it, you know, 3 days later and sometimes it's still not frozen. So it's sitting at -9 now. We run it at -20 and that seems to be the temp that you need to do to keep everything nice and frozen. Otherwise the stuff up the end that would normally be a fridge, if that's how you're running it, doesn't stay frozen. So anyway, I've plugged our car lithium into the camper via the 240-volt charger. So we're just putting, this is it here, just putting 25 amps into the camper batteries because they don't get much charge now with the solar arrangement. And the other thing that I've done, which I've never done before, there are 4 panels on the roof, so 3 Renogy 200-watt ones, and then that little black one that you can see in the corner is the original 120-watt. Up until now we haven't been using it, we've just been using the 600-watt. So I've actually run a cable down an Anderson, which I'm thinking we might be able to make sort of permanent, which goes into here, unregulated supply, and that goes to our EnerDrive DC-DC charger. So we get the 60 amp Renogy MPPT charger as well as the EnerDrive doing a little bit, helps a bit. So yeah, 720 watt pumping in when you got good sun. Yeah. So afternoon walks, just checking this campground out. It's pretty good actually. They reckon it's only 15 minutes into Hall's Gap, so I don't know, it might be more economical to stay out here, depending on where you were in there. But anyway, check these views out. So that is Mount Difficult in the distance.
Really? Yeah. Bit disappointing, isn't it?
What happened, Ollie?
Someone stole the bucket.
The bucket from the bucket shower?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's pretty sad. So WA needs to roll that out. Very, very simple. Just a stainless steel bucket, and you pull it up with a pulley, and you can turn a tap on and have a shower. It's only cold unless you pre-warm the water up, which would be easy enough to do on a fire if you had your own bucket. But of course, some moron has decided to take the bucket, which is pretty disappointing. Everyone had come back from their hikes looking forward to having a shower, and they can't now. Anyway, that is the world we live in. So Sarah's making hamburgers, alright? That's the kids always like. Mince, burger, cheese, raw onion, tomato, pickles, and tomato sauce. Do you like the burgers, darling?
I like the burgers.
Do you guys like the burgers? You're hungry, I know.
I know you are. Mummy's trying
It's
to...
nearly ready, isn't it?
Yep.
Who's hungry for burgers?
Me. Not you, not anyone else.
I'm gonna
Okay,
eat more
there's
burgers
your one.
than you guys.
What's a patty?
Coop, stop. We don't put sauce on that bit. Or
The patty is the
can
meat,
put some,
Ollie.
but I mean, oh, I nearly bit myself.
That's not the real bit that you put the sauce on.
Phoebe, do you need a hand? Just
You
a
can
little
put the
bit.
sauce on the top or the bottom. You probably need a bit more than that. You can choose your tomato. Ollie, choose your sauces that you want.
I was good.
That's a big burger for a little boy, hey?
We're at Beehive Falls.
We're going to walk to Beehive Falls, and it's 1.4 what?
Kilometres.
Kilometres. Let's go. There's a teeny tiny bit of water.
It's running, look.
Just not major, but still pretty.
Yeah. Just watch out, that'll be really slippery. You guys can come around. Do you want to get a little bit wet or not?
Yeah.
It might be a little bit cold though.
Mum, I'm gonna hold on.
Yep, hold on, good job. Hold on to the next one. Good boy.
And sabotage it.
Yep, good job.
I'm balancing.
Good
He's
balancing.
doing my balance for my balance line.
Yes.
Oh, Mum!
Wow, this is a perfect little spot. So Oliver just says, I don't like walking to the spots, but I like all the destinations. So every time he does not want to walk, doesn't want to do it, then we get there and he's happy.
So there's not much information online about four-wheel drive tracks in the Grampians. But anyway, we did just drive past something called Mount Difficult four-wheel drive track, so we're just heading up there to see what it is. I can't imagine that it goes to the top. Maybe it does, I don't know. It's all just sand at the moment, but it's not very soft. See what we can find. We're stuck. No, we're not stuck. I'll put the locker on, but I want to get some photos first. I just like to make it look difficult. Look at this big muddy. Big mud. Good day. So, finished at the Plantation Campground this morning, took the kids into the bakery to get them a donut because Oliver's learning to swim and so's Cooper. And now we're trying to drive up a massive hill. So I've just pulled over 2/3 of the way up, sitting at 98 degrees, which is not too bad. And we're heading out to Boronia Campground, which is a bit more remote. Sort of the western side of the Grampians is less touristy and all that. We'll check it out, see what it's like, and then we're going to head down towards the coast again. So we'll see you at Boronia. So a pretty amazing road. There is a sign saying not suitable for caravans. I rang Vic Parks, they reckon we're fine with our hybrid. I don't really know. So this is the first place that you can actually pull off, otherwise it's basically a single lane road that's quite steep, and they do reckon it's two-wheel drive accessible. Probably agree, just take it easy I guess. Really beautiful. Welcome to Boronia Campground, if that's how you say it, no idea. So it's actually only about 20 minutes from Hall's Gap or something, up the hill and back down it again. Track, not so bad, not as bad as I was expecting. You probably wouldn't want to take a caravan down there, pretty narrow, and if you met someone you'd be in trouble. But our hybrid's perfectly fine, no issues at all. So we've been here for a little while, just sort of chilling. The kids are enjoying themselves, playing with lots of firewood that I've cut up. The fire going for some apricot chicken. You can, you just got to watch for the cars, that's right. So we'll get that going now. Our batteries are awfully flat. We are, well actually they're not too bad, but we've gone to gas. They have copped a bit of a hiding, so the car battery is sitting at 45%, and the camper one at about 55% or something. So overnight it would normally drop about 20% maybe with the fridge and the inverter running for our laptops and stuff. So yeah, and as you can see, not much in the way of sun. So we actually have, in total, we have 1120 watts of solar running at the moment. Some of it is in the shade, so it's doing nothing, but yeah, so 720 on the roof of the camper, 200 on the car, and another 200 watt King's El Cheapo solar blanket, which at least you can put in the sun when it does show its face. So we're not really worried, but yeah, definitely not big enough to run induction full time. If we didn't have gas, you'd be not a happy man or woman. Anyway, there is a van here. I'm assuming they've gone out for the day. I don't really know. We're just going to chill and then yeah, head out tomorrow. So we booked 2 nights here. I had a good look. I didn't realise there's actually 4 pages on the Vic Parks road closures for 4-wheel drive tracks. So I reckon probably 85% of the 4-wheel drive tracks in the Grampians are closed still. And this is getting towards the middle of February now. They copped it last year and obviously haven't been fixed and put back on. So yeah, we'll do 2 tracks tomorrow, or 3 actually I guess. Phillips Island Goat Track and Harrop I think, and then we'll just come back up the Glenelg River Road, past the reservoir there, back to camp. There's really nothing else we can do, everything is closed, so we'll make the most of what we can. This is a pretty good spot actually, it's so much quieter than where we were, and yeah, definitely this part of the Grampians not so commonly accessed by tourists. What you got?
I got myself some apricot chicken.
Is it good?
It is. I don't know, I haven't eaten it yet, but it smells good.
So we did it in the camp home again.
Doesn't look so good, but...
Nah, it's worked fine. I reckon it's awesome. Minus the flies. Delicious. Another overcast day today. Hopefully we get a bit more sun for the old solar panels. But anyway, we are heading off to do some exploration and 4-wheel drive tracks. So Phillip Island track, down Siphon Road to Goat Track, and then we're going to try and do Harrop as well before coming back up the Glenelg River Road. So I'm not expecting anything overly difficult, and we don't really want anything crazy either. we're out here on our own, just out to have a bit of fun, see what we can find. So yeah, let's go. There's the fox.
Wow, how'd you like that river crossing?
I'm glad I've got a snorkel. So we're here, goat track, four-wheel drive track, whatever it is. See what it's like. Heading up that way. Should be cool. Righty-ho! So we're probably, I don't know, 1/6 of the way through the track or something. Come to one section where you can have a look at the views, so we'll do that. Climb up here and see what we can see. Man. Holy dolly. No handrails up this way. Far out. I'll go up the top. Well, that is a view and a half. Unbelievable. Far out. Man. So I've lost a hubcap. It fell off the other day on the gravel road and we couldn't find it. Devastated. I have dropped the tyres down. We're sitting at 28 on the front and 30 on the rear. Just to try and take a bit of the shock out. Don't really need the traction, but there you go. So I didn't fall off.
Good.
You happy?
But did you make safe choices?
Oh, you'll never know.
I will, because I'll look at the video.
So this is a pretty awesome track actually. Really good fun. Nothing overly too challenging, but enough to have a bit of fun. Amazing views. Just coming down the other side. Well worth doing.
Bit wet.
So the goat track, definitely worth doing. A lot of fun. If you had a pretty bulk stock vehicle, I reckon you would probably bottom out in a few places. They don't mess around when it comes to the areas for the water to run off the road. In the wet also it would be quite challenging. But yeah, really good track actually. Took us just under an hour to do it. And it was worse on the west side. So we drove up the east and down the west. You can do it either way. We did see some people camping along the way that had awesome views. Maybe Sarah could put a photo in. We're doing this Harrops track now, which I don't think is actually a four-wheel drive track, despite it saying it is a four-wheel drive track. Yeah, it's probably the best gravel road we've driven on in the Grampians, to be honest. But anyway, we'll check it out, and then we're going to head back towards camp, past the Mura Lake or something like that. So yeah. G'day. So we're at Hawksdale Golf Club, I think, another random campsite for us. This one's pretty cool. I think it's a donation camp, $5 a night or something. There's the clubhouse, and then we're kind of surrounded by a golf course, and there's sheep everywhere, which is pretty unique. So we just kind of needed somewhere before we hit the Great Ocean Road tomorrow to pull in, get reception, work out what we're doing. Yeah, we could have gone to Warrnambool or Port Fairy I was going to have a look at, but you have to stay in a caravan park there, cost you a fortune. So we'll just drive through, have a look at it tomorrow and find somewhere on the Great Ocean Road. So yeah, schoolwork now. Cooper's doing his, I'll go in there and do Oliver's. And it'll be a pretty cruisy afternoon other than that. Well, this is a pretty cool place actually. So yeah, you just transfer $5 a night. That's what they ask for camping. Ollie and Cooper, don't chase them or scare them, please. Stop. Ollie, stop. Don't chase them. Sheep everywhere. And yeah, really nice. It's got flushing toilets. We just set our shower up, had a nice shower. Can't complain at all. So we booked a couple of campsites along the Great Ocean Road. There's not much availability at the moment and we're coming up to a weekend soon. We'll just grab what we can, but yeah, you'd be stuffed if we're going to pay $50, $60, $80, $100 a night for a caravan park. You're flipping dreaming, mate.
They might be nice caravan parks, but I don't think so.
So yeah,
like
for two reasons. Number one, like if we did that, we would be broke very quickly. And number two, they're not freaking worth that. No way. I will not pay that sort of coin. We will go somewhere else. The national park ones that we booked are $15.70 a night. And I'd rather pay someone to stay on their driveway than pay that sort of money.